Oh,
Hello.
we're live. Oh, well, right.
And welcome to Let's Drone Out. Today's the 8th of the 3rd, 2018, and it's International Women's Day, or Women Day, or Girls Day, or Onigiri Day, as it is on Let's Drone Out, and we're joined by our lovely guest, Noellas. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. So say a few things they can get used to you.
What do you want to know?
Who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Noellas. My FPV name is Onigiri, and I'm French, but I've been living in Australia for more than 3 years now, actually. And I've been flying mini quads for a year soon, like in a month it will be a year. So yeah, basically that's me.
That's cool. And we are joined by my faithful wife, Tony.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
See, it all worked out now, isn't it, Jack?
Weird. It's relevant now.
Yeah,
It's only taken 3 years of podcasting.
Yeah. It's almost like I don't hate that as much now.
Yeah.
You know, I will say it when I go as well.
Yeah. And we are joined by Prepare Your Ovaries. He's here for the ladies, NJ Tech.
Since when has that now been a thing?
You're very
hello, lovely people of LDO. Good to be here.
I think it's the perfectly trimmed facial hair.
Hours it takes.
Yeah. Noellas, what's your favourite thing about NJ? Other than he's a total dreamboat.
You mean physically, or
why do I put up with Jack asking these kind of questions? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to take over. Moving on.
What's the worst thing about Jack? How about
I can have a go at that one.
Not answering this.
Okay. And our wonderful musician, who's greater than NJ Tech, even though he takes it. You know. Yep. Our favourite kid-friendly reviewer. Makes you sound like you review kids. Yeah, this one's alright. You don't smell as much.
Yeah, they'd all get a bad review if it was up to me. Hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out. I think.
I'm Andy RC, and this is my YouTube channel.
This
is more cheerful than last week, Andy.
This is not my YouTube channel.
Distancing yourself quickly.
Yeah. And everyone's favourite person right now, including my mum's, Frank.
You're welcome for the spreadsheet.
Yep. What if you find anyone? If you're an employee and you find someone that's good at spreadsheets, hold on to them to dear life.
Right, I've got some work coming up for Frank then.
Am I going to have to publish this budgeting sheet?
No.
Please don't publish my budget sheet. It's terrible.
Because I'm self-unemployed.
Yeah, Tony's blown his tax money on those ESCs.
Yep, just bought some ESCs today from America.
Are these the X-Class ones?
Yeah, they're called Kamikaze. They're 80 ESCs. But I'm hoping not to get done with the tax as well. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big Fossils X-Class thing looks like that's a lot of fun to fly.
Oh my God, it was great. Tuesday I went down to Fossils HQ and flew the Maiden, the X-Class drone, and it was so good. It needs a lot of work. It was quite vibrating, but we were flying unbalanced cheap props in case we crashed it and stuff. But now we've balanced the props. We've changed it from one shot to multi-shot. We are going to put vibration dampeners on the big, massive motors, that big. But it was so cool to fly such a big thing.
Balance the props, man. That's what we did.
Yep, that's what we've done. They were cheap ones because the tri-blades for 4 is 36 quid. For 4.
You see, I can tell immediately when people have got into the hobby, because 5-6 years ago, when you got your early, 7 or upwards inch quadcopter, you not only had to balance the props, no matter what they were and how they're manufactured, carbon composite or not, you had to balance the props, and you had to even balance the motors. In fact, the early motors that you used to have to get some tape on there, and there were all kinds of tricks for balancing motors using a laser pen and a mirror to do it. So yeah. That's no big thing, balancing the props. Only takes 5 minutes.
No, yeah, we've done that now. So, but yeah, it's different flying something that big, but it was so cool.
I think it's a problem in general with bigger quads is like, because the RPM is lower, the vibrations that you get at lower RPM can be seen much more through the camera than like a mini quad that's revving really high.
Yeah,
they're more sort of slower waves, and this is something that I think
oscillation, you Philistine.
but like, it's amazing that DJI have managed to like get rid of all that, and we just take it for granted really on their bigger copters. But it's really tricky to do on it, because I when I was building 450 copters, exactly the same issue. A slightly lower KV, and your camera just have loads of jello over it.
Have I ever shown you guys Frankenquad? My very first flame
I've
wheel
seen it on your videos, because
I saw it on YouTube.
It's just about in reach. I'll see if I can find. Carry on while I see if I
Well,
can get
9-inch props ain't so bad. It's when you get to X class of 14, 15-inch.
That's crazy, yeah. Even when balanced, it's going to be difficult to get that.
It sounded
right. Are you ready for this?
Hang on.
You're going to have to try and excuse the thick layer of dust.
Wait.
That's huge.
But look, hold on. Can we see that? We got balancing material on those, on the actual, and these are really early DJI motors as well.
They are as well.
So, yeah, and anyone want to have a guess at what this thing is?
Is that an ESC?
No, it's not. That's
Is it a giant back?
There's the ESCs.
That's the GPS bit, isn't it?
Got GPS there, and then this side, that is the current sensor. Current sensor, and these had so many problems, these things, but that you had to put a piece of tape to block light hitting the side of these early units, because it used to cause the barometer to wig out on them when they heated up. So there was all these hacks to get these things to fly well. But yeah, look at the state
that's
of
this. A VTX,
that looks like 1960s, doesn't it?
So ghetto,
but this is like from 6 years ago. Look how far we've come in that space of time. That says it all.
Were you saying that was a GPS thing? That weird.
Yeah, GPS part.
Yeah, and you see.
What's the GPS thing on the stand for?
That's the one that came with the kit, and that's the one I used because it was clear of all the other components. So some of these early components had terrible RF shielding. You used to get all kinds of problems when the components were near each other. So it's actually it was better to use that one at the time. But yeah, it's all kinds of stuff on this. Yeah, I think it'll still fly. I could probably still get some use out of it.
I want to do that. Get some old quads and do a nostalgic old.
That was the first thing I acroed as well, because you could put it in rate mode. So that was the very first time I acroed was on that. Which
scary,
hilarious. Yeah. But, yes, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, the thing is, your thing falls down with Tony. Like you were saying, it's a way of telling how long someone's been in the hobby for, because obviously Tony's been here since the beginning of time.
I thought you were going to start to be nice to me, Jack.
Yeah, I know, but that's
it's not lasted very long, has it?
No, it's fine.
Minutes and you're insulting me.
Tony, do you know what this is?
A prop balancer.
See, he's not dumb.
Does he know how to use it?
It's a test, yeah.
You put a prop on it, it falls to the side, you sandpaper it, or put a thing on the other side.
Yep. What were the two different types of balancing?
sandpaper balancing or
no. What is it? Dynamic and
tightrope. I don't know the answer.
Static.
I
Sure.
don't know the answer.
Yep.
So let me crack on with some questions for our subbies get annoyed with us, because we have a very valuable guest here.
yes.
Attractive.
Tell us what your background is, because you have some background in engineering. Is that right?
Yeah. So I think it's been a while I've graduated now. I think 4 years. I graduated a mechanical engineering diploma. I don't know how to call that, master degree. Yeah, master degree. I think it's equivalent. And right after graduating, I decided to go backpacking in Australia because I had enough of studying, because it was long studies, a bit complicated, but it's good to have this background in the hobby, but it's not necessary, I think. And yeah, after that, I just went to Australia, and I haven't done engineering, I mean, as a job since then. So I just do it on my free time.
Right, got you. And what was your journey into RC? Have you had any kind of RC experience before quadcopters, or was it as an engineer? Did you see it and think this just appeals to something that I'm passionate about? Or tell us your journey into to getting into quadcopters.
Yeah, okay.
most girls say it was my boyfriend.
Is it problem if I say this too, or
no? I want to know the truth.
Well done, Tony, sticking his foot in it.
No, the truth is, when I met Kevin, so my current boyfriend, he was getting into the hobby, and he was actually building the same drone that you just saw before, the
Flame Wheel 450.
Yeah. It was a nightmare. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Couldn't get FPV on him. I went to the field with him to try it, and I was like, what's the point? Because the thing was so slow and it was boring. He flew around our building, and it took like 15 minutes to record, I don't know, 10 meters. I was like, oh my God, this is so boring. And it was not acro, not anything. And apart from that, we had 2 tiny quadcopters, which were not FPV at all. We were just flying line of sight at home and having fun like this. And I was enjoying it, but because like I couldn't really see the point, I was like, that's fun, but I like music too. I was like, okay, I'll stop this out. I'm playing music. And then we had to leave for Australia. So of course we couldn't take anything with us. We just left. We sold everything in France. We left with just some money. We bought a van. We traveled around, we worked a lot, and when we finally went back to a normal life, I mean, stable life, we asked our parents to send us the little drones back to Australia, and we started flying again. And of course, during this time, so that took us to be back to a stable life. It took us maybe a year and a half. So of course, in the meantime, new things appeared, and we discovered some FPV channels on YouTube, and we're like, wow, that's incredible. And now that there was FPV on drones, I was like, yeah, that's the point. That's what we need to do. That's the way we need to use quads to record things, to record videos, and then that's how I got into it.
Right, brilliant. And then from there, what was that drone that kind of got you into the FPV then once you got to that point? Do you remember what the frame was?
Yeah, I built an RD 210. Yeah, that's how you say it in English. It was my first drone, and I kept it from February last year. Well, December, but I didn't fly much between December and February last year. And then in August, I've been asked by Armaten if I could fly a chameleon, and then I went on with Armaten, and now I fly the Rooster. But yeah, my first frame was RD210. It was pretty cool.
Which one's the RD210? Because I can't actually recall that frame. Okay.
I don't have it anymore.
Is there anyone else in our group know that one? Andy?
No, I've not heard of that one. No.
Yeah.
Where's it from? Australia?
It's from I think it's from Asia. I don't know. I need to ask Kevin. It's not a clone. It's a real frame. And it was Kevin's one, and then he changed for, I don't remember what he was flying at that time, maybe a frog.
Is he in the chat?
Sorry?
FPV Recon RD210.
Yeah, FPV Recon, I think it is. Yes.
That's Malaysian one, right? Okay.
Yes.
Malaysian,
yeah. I think it's
Malaysian.
By, do you know Trinco? I think there's a relationship between this frame and the pilot called Trinco, but I'm not sure. He's Malaysian, I think.
I feel
Yeah.
sorry. Why don't we give the link to Kevin to come
But
on?
I think MGFV was flying this one as well. So I saw you, maybe when you asked her, she talked about it. For a while, she had the same, and she was like, "Oh, this frame is so strong." And I was like, "Yeah, it was really, really a good frame." Yeah.
So that's the one you did your kind of bulkier learning on, or?
Yeah, with Betaflight, I learned how to tune. It was before Betaflight 3.2. Yeah, it was it was good. I mean, it was a good frame to train on. I had ZMX motors and an old controller. I don't remember which one it was now, but now I have a
I hated
Taranis.
those
Naze 5?
Sorry?
The Naze 5 flight controller?
No, I didn't have it for too long because I quickly upgraded to my Taranis QX7, and at that time it was hard to learn all the names and stuff because I'm not like this at all in general anyway. So I don't remember. And I was flying with a screen. I didn't have fat sharps, and it's only when I met someone from Adelaide, a cool guy from Adelaide, he said, "Oh, you don't have fat sharks. If you want, I give you mine for I don't remember, but a ridiculous price." I said, "Yeah, thank you," and it changed everything. Like, flying with a screen is completely different than with fat shark.
So immersive, isn't it? That's the bit when you actually taste flight and you get hooked.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then I didn't have a GoPro first on it because I saw Kevin destroying his GoPros. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. One is enough. And then I bought the session and I broke it, and then bought another one and broke it, and so far it's better now. But yeah, you have to crash to learn anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I've definitely gone through my fair share of GoPros as well over the years. I think the worst one ever was it was on one of these large quads, and it was a Hero 3 Black, and I took it off the quad and put it on the roof of my car, and then I packed away the quad and I drove off, and I thought, what was that funny noise?
No.
Yeah, and it was a GoPro 3 Black, which is the expensive one.
Was it the Black Plus or just the Black?
I think it was just the Black. I don't think the 3 Plus had been out yet, so it was the one before that. But it was enough to make me cry a little bit.
The only time I exploded a GoPro, the whole day we were with a friend. We were flying in a car park, so a covered car park. So really, and it was fine. Like we were doing well. And after, I don't know, 10 batteries, 15 batteries, he says, "Oh, why don't we just finish the day? We relax, we go on a field, like a footy, an Australian football field." And I said, yeah, let's do that. Let's just cruise and finish the last 2 batteries. And we go there, and there's one pole.
Yeah, it's always the one. It's always the one.
Yes.
Never fly your last battery either.
Yeah.
Just take your battery and just take it home. Don't go just one last one, because that last one ruins everything.
But people, I don't know. People say that, don't they? It was the last flight that did it. Well, yes, because you can't fly after you've broken your quad.
No.
So it's always going to be the last one.
You could stop NJ and say, right, I'm not doing that last battery.
I know what you mean. I've got a bit superstitious like that as well. My very last pack, I do leave that one now, because that's usually the last charged pack is the one where things go wrong.
Nice.
Yeah. So tell us about the name Oni Girl, because we've got a question from one of the in the comments.
Yeah. So the name is Onigiri, and it's Japanese food, which is a rice ball.
Rice triangle, rice wedge.
Yes. Yeah, triangle. But yeah. So
everyone thinks it's Omni Girl.
I know. I chose wrong, probably. I don't know. I should have been more careful. No, it's Onigiri. It's been a nickname I had since high school because it means rice ball. And
you're weeaboo.
Yeah. It's just that in France, when a girl is a bit clumsy and do weird things, she's called a small ball. Don't ask why. I don't know why. And
right, so we're gonna have to call Jack that now.
Small ball.
Small ball.
Small ball.
It's awkward.
Is that our equivalent of oddball? I think maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
Which is Jack.
I think she's the most Illuminati person ever, because like the triangle rice ball, Illuminati necklace.
It's Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter Illuminati.
Oh god. Yeah, so that's the name. That's just onigiri. It means rice bowl. That's not.
Got you. And have you tried any other FPV since you've been into it, other than on a quad? There's another question. Have you tried a fixed wing FPV?
No, but I should do it in the US next month because I want to meet Ruben from Sweep Wings, and I said if I have to learn wings with someone, I want it to be with you. So he said yes. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet him with Kevin. And I haven't, and I didn't try anything else. Oh yeah, it's not FPV, but it's RC. You know these RC cars that you have the radio controller like this. Yeah, that's fun. I like it. It's cool. But apart from that, nothing else. FPV.
So you're in France now at the moment, and you're going to the US.
Yes, that's the plan. Yeah, I'm in France until the end of April and March, and the 1st of April I'm landing in New York, and that's all I know because I haven't planned anything yet. I should start. And I will leave the US from San Francisco on the 15th of May. So I'm staying 6 weeks in the US.
Oh, lovely. That'd be nice. We in the UK have got a show flying type thing going on.
Yeah.
Time for the plug. Yeah, it's the halfway mark. So mini air show on the 12th and 13th. We're all going to be there. I think everyone in the chat from LDO here is going to be there.
Yep.
We're going to have the racing wings flying around. We're going to have the X class. We're going to have team relay racing. We're going to have freestyle competition. We're going to have the University of Southampton bringing out the massive, great big engine-powered 3D printed plane. We're going to have loads of stuff going on. So
and a bar.
And there will be a bar as well.
Also, I'm going to give out a prize if someone builds a replica dog poo bin to put in the field.
I'll bring the.
He's going to have a really hard time flying anywhere else other than that field. I want him to. So if anyone makes a replica one and puts it, I will.
So it's going for 3 days, Andy, and you can buy tickets on the day, yeah?
So you can buy tickets on the day, but if you want to be involved in the racing, then you're gonna have to buy it in advance because that's all going to be signed up and sold out by that point.
So presumably there's some kind of website that you can.
There is a kind of website. It's miniairshow.co.uk.
Oh,
you can search it on Facebook. If you find Team Mini Air Show, all the things.
When's the event? What dates?
May the 12th and 13th, although we'll have camping and things on the 11th as well. So it's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday
of
May.
Cool.
MGFV is in the house.
Yay!
Yay! I love her.
Me
Unfortunately, she can't make it now. She's got relatives. She's seen relatives on that day, so she can't make the mini air show, which is a shame. Just wanted to meet her and her boyfriend and all the guys down there. But anyway, shout out to her. So
I'm heartbroken. I'm no longer talking to her.
Yeah.
I noticed NJ didn't read out my question.
Oh, where was your question? Sorry, Jack. Where is it? I can't see it. You go for it. Say it.
I asked, is Kev sexy?
Who's that for?
Kevin, are you sexy? And he said, lol, ask her.
I don't know what
I have
say.
got a serious question after this.
Everyone is beautiful here tonight, so that's all right.
Great answer. Go on.
So Steele gave you a mini quad.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Several questions. Did that change your life?
My RC life, probably a little bit, yeah.
Okay. The other thing was it like life changing? Did you fly it and you were like, holy hell, what have I been flying ever since? Kiss is the best.
I think when I flew it, because lots of things were different, because he left everything on it, so it was perfectly tuned. And it has his own rates. So my rates were a lot slower at that time. So of course, the first time I tried it, I was like, whoa, what's going on? But I could definitely tell it was. Everyone asked me to explain. I mean, usually the questions I have is like, why do you prefer Kiss now? It's hard to explain. It's just, you have to try. I always say, if you have a friend flying Kiss, try it and you'll see what I can't really explain, because you say it's smooth, it's locked in, you feel more confident. But that's my opinion. Some people tried Kiss and were like, I don't like the feeling, and went back to Butterfly, according to what I read in my comments, for example. So I can't really explain what happened, but when I tried it, I was like, I feel better. And I got used to the rates, and then I broke the quad. In the second session, I did like death roll, and I was like, shit. So I broke it. I said,
no, it's fine.
Can you say shit
It's totally fine.
Say shit in French.
It's merde.
There you go. If you say that, we don't have to edit that.
Okay.
Hang on,
All
I'll just text the editor, half-hour mark. She says shit
In French, but don't need to edit it.
Yeah, no worries. Hang on, let me just go to. Hang on. The other question is: did you ever find out what those weird red marks were on his motor?
No, I never asked, actually. Yeah, it's true that. Where is it? I changed them. No, I didn't change any of them, actually. But yeah, there's red marks on it. I didn't ask why. I should have.
That would have. I saw his quad at the London meetup.
Yeah.
And I did actually ask him, and he just went, no, just.
Okay.
There's got to be a reason for it.
I will ask him. I will ask him for sure.
Yeah, he didn't. You know, he was just like, you ask way too many questions, and you're from that show. You're being really mean to your co-host for some reason. And I was like, yeah.
I think it's just a thing now, isn't it, Jack?
What? Draw red marks on the
No,
motors?
just being mean to me.
Oh. I wasn't talking about you, funny enough.
Well, I just heard mean to a co-host and thought it was me, because that's normal.
No, not everything's about you, Tony, my little princess. Tornado Girl in the chat just put like Tony and a love heart, and I want to know what that's all about, Tony.
Yeah. Well, maybe she loves me, Jack. Who knows, eh?
Yeah.
You love me. You put me little love hearts now and again.
Yeah, because that is somewhat of a homosexual tendency to annoy you.
Right, changing the subject quickly.
No, that's fine. I'm allowed to talk about that.
In the chat, I think MGFV says, what did she say? Oh, love you, Noella. I think somewhere I saw it pop up.
She knows that I love her too.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. Some people said blood of Chad Kappa. Is it for the steel motors? Did you have any problems with his bells coming off or the motor bearings going a bit?
Not this one, actually. This one, the motors are still the first ones, and that's the V1 that I have. By the way, it's not the latest one, because when he sent it, it was still the Mr. Steel original ones.
Yeah.
And no, not many issues. Like I said, I destroyed the bottom plate, and the motors were fine. So, so no, they're pretty good.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm sure he just gets. Like he does testing and stuff. I'm sure, like a lot of these pilots get the best of the bunch, like the promo ones, and then when it goes to manufacturing for the rest of us, it's like standard slip. Do you ever think that, guys? How about ask the reviewers? Oi, NJ. And
no, well, they're probably different things here, because when it comes to reviewing stuff, I have been hit with the reviewer's curse many times where I've had stuff turn up and it's been dead on arrival, or a VTX has been dead, or something's been wrong with it. So I know the stuff that I'm being sent from these various companies is not cherry picked. You'd think maybe there was some of that if they want to make sure their stuff gets a good review, but 9 times out of 10 it'll turn up, and most of the time you can see from the soldering straight away this is not a cherry picked quad. And I'm sure, Andy, you've had a few duds before as well, haven't you?
I mean, sometimes it's quite the opposite, in fact, because you're getting a really early version. Sometimes it's a prototype that's, you know, it's not been tuned or anything like that. And oh yeah, I get it all the time. You know, we're quite often beta testers as well as reviewers a lot of the time. So it's funny because people, if you have a good product, people say, oh, it's just been cherry picked. No, it's not the case at all, I found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. So you're going back to Oz or after America?
Yeah, I still don't know when, because we might go to Asia after the US, depending on how much money we have left. And if not, we will need to go back to Australia and find a job again. So we'll see how it goes.
And is the idea to vlog the trip across America? Yeah.
Yeah.
For the channel and stuff.
At the start, before leaving for France, we were a bit more. We were like, we should go to more countries than France. We wanted to go to the UK. I'm still hoping we can do it. Like at least.
You know, there's a tunnel to us. Like, you know, you have to
and there's a mini air show.
I didn't know. It might be easier now that I know
drive. That. You can get a ferry.
Yeah, but the problem is the time.
What we're saying.
So.
Not the whole way, anyway.
Some people have even swum, I think.
I've seen a quadcopter fly from England to France.
Is that true?
Yeah. Good job on not mentioning any names.
Yeah, no.
Definitely saw it happen.
From France, yes, not England.
No, from England to France. Quadcopter.
Shut up, Tone.
It was none of us, and someone followed it on a boat.
So MGFV guy says, guys, you know it's International Women's Day. Yes, we did. You would have known that we said that earlier. If you weren't doing your hair and makeup and started. Oh God, what a misogynist Jack is. Little does MGFPV know I actually dress up like her and sing Goodbye Horses whilst applying lip balm.
I think we're starting to understand why she can't make mini air shows.
You know what I mean?
I just wanted I do it for NJ. You know, when NJ goes, oh, and also I love testing to see what the editor lets in and doesn't. Now we've got the editor back. I'm like, have any of you guys ever watched like the Frankie Boyle, like what was it, Mock the Week? And he'd like crack a joke and be like, they'll never let that in.
Why does it not surprise me that Frankie Boyle's one of your heroes? You know, a habitual line stepper. That's what you are.
My favourite is Tom Green. Is one of my favourites.
Is that the moose incident?
Yeah.
Guy.
Hey man. You love the animals. He wants to get inside the animals.
Yeah, that's
all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's MGFPV says the Queen. I call her the Queen of LDO. By the way, she's our Queen.
I thought I was the Queen, or at least Andy.
No.
Why you only mention me? What's that about?
Apparently, I know here in the UK you don't celebrate it, or maybe do we not celebrate it? Surely we do. We're not that bad, are we?
It's international, so
I know.
Everywhere celebrates it.
We had like the suffragettes and everything. It's like terrible. Like, you know, you should sing for us or something. So,
who says that?
MGFPV. So we got to sing a song.
So I think we should mention, because I wanted to ask this because I was looking at your channel and very early videos were music videos. You singing, doing covers, and I wanted to ask actually because there's like a fully fledged like music video on there. What's the story behind that?
Which music video are you talking about exactly?
I think it didn't mention that you had done the music, but there was like a video on there. It was the ones before you were playing guitar. There's like just a video on there to music.
Okay, because I did, yeah, before doing FPV, I was enjoying doing music videos on music, so non-official videos for songs, because that's
Right.
what I do. And maybe the one you're talking about is when we did a road trip all around Australia. I used the song. That's when I bought a Mavic Pro actually first. Yeah, I flew at some places we were not supposed to fly actually. And
Isn't that called just being Australian?
I don't know. So yeah, I was doing that, and I did maybe 2 or 3 videos like this, and then I built my first quad, and I stopped doing that because I had my flight footage to do edits. So yeah.
So are you gonna? Do you have any plans to do any more videos like that, music and stuff? We're getting requests for you to sing. So
maybe I'll do it one day.
Awesome.
I don't play very well the guitar. I like singing. I don't sing well. It makes me feel good, and I play the guitar because you're stupid if you're just singing without any music with it. So.
One thing I liked about your videos as well is you don't tend to use royalty-free music. You like I can hear Placebo in there, Rage Against the Machine, you know. So I like that. That's quite rare because a lot of people go for the royalty-free stuff, so you can monetize it. But I like that about your videos, that you actually like this. Wow, these are bands I listen to and stuff.
Cool,
like
thanks.
Good songs.
Well, that's why I studied FPV too. Like I said before, flying quads line of sight, I was like, what's the point? But because I love music and I love doing videos on music, I started doing FPV to do like a choreography on it and edit flights with the music. So of course, it doesn't make sense if I use royalty-free music, because I want to use the songs I like when I can, because they can be blocked. That's the problem.
Yeah, I have that problem a lot. You have to sort of search and see if you can use it. But I've been trying to do that a little bit more, because yeah, they do get a bit generic, don't they? The royalty-free music, and sometimes it can really like, just if you've got a song in mind, it can like really make your video a lot better if you've got like a song that you really like. No, I was really liking that.
So what's the plan for the channel moving forward? Where do you see because obviously the channel's growing really fast and it's doing really well. I mean, where have you thought about where the direction's going to go in terms of, you know, is it covering a multitude of things, or is there one specific place you see yourself within 2018?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm in a kind of transition phase for my channel, I think, because I will have to split my content between my own channel and the ethics channel, because I'm gonna start creating content for them on like how do we say that in English? Teaching people about things, so educational content, which will be more their jobs, and I will have to figure out what content I'm going to do for them, which makes sense, because I think I need to explain a bit more about the thing about ethics first, maybe, because maybe it's not clear at the moment.
Yeah, sure. No, please do.
Yeah. Okay, so you have heard about ethics, probably.
We've had Snake on, so yeah, we've had a bit of ethics.
Yeah, so these guys, so Snake, FPV, Konasti, Trappy, and Steel are starting this company, and we'll start putting a lot of content on YouTube, educational content and advices and formulas for the FPV community. And they asked me if I could be part of their sponsored pilots. So it's a bit like, I know it can be weird saying that because I've been only flying for a year. I don't have great skills, let's say it like this. But what they wanted from me is to follow their formulas and try to use their advices and show how their method works for me. I'm going to be like the rat lab, like, you know, the thing they're gonna test the method. Yeah. So that's what is expected from me for ethics. And because it didn't make sense, they're all like accomplished pilots, you know, they're great pilots. So they didn't need a fifth one. They needed like an example. So that's what I'm gonna.
Tony's our little guinea pig.
So
no comment.
That's what I'm gonna try to do for them. So I will have to split my content, but for my own content on my channel, I wanna, for the next months, the coming months before I go back to Australia, I wanna try to mix traveling and FPV and sharing the hobby, because I think we really need to communicate more about our hobby. Like when I came back to France and explained what I was doing to my friends and family, everyone was mixing everything up, like the army quads, the army drones, sorry, and the DJI and the racing quads. And I was like, oh my God, we have to explain everything. So while traveling, I want to try to reach so many, several people, not only from the RC community, but also general people, and to show them that quadcopters are not evil things. It's something fun.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really, really good point, isn't it? I mean, in terms of you know, something that I found over the, as I say, probably about 6 years of doing quadcopter stuff, most people that stop to see it, when they realize what you're doing, they just think it's like a completely something they never would have been able to understand without standing there or putting the goggles on, and they think it's amazing. 99% of people who stop think it's great, and it's just education. So it's a great message, because these are the people who are only fed what the media tells them, which is that drones are bad and they're going to kill everyone and take down planes and what have you. So yeah, that's a great message. Sorry, Tony, what were you saying?
I really loved Noellas and her grandma video. That was so sweet.
That was not that planned.
What?
I haven't seen that at all.
It's really sweet.
Oh, Pierre Meunier, is that right?
Meunier.
Money. Pierre Money.
Close. What? Yeah, money. You can say money.
No, I'm joking. He says, please say hello to Noelli for me.
Okay. Yeah, I flew with him three weeks ago, something like this. So hi, Pierre.
Oh,
cool. Tony, Karen.
Sorry, I was just going to say, with the engineering background, is there any part of you that kind of wants to maybe design your own frame, or there must be some part of the engineering aspect of you that wants to do something a little more involved?
Yeah, I was like, I would like to design a frame. Well, I can't. Yeah, I need to explain something. What bothers me at the moment in FPV is that we have to split the cameras. Like we need to have an FPV camera and we need to have a GoPro. And I know the split exists, but I tried it. The first one, the second one, I couldn't try the mini one, but it's cool. It's good, but it's still not a GoPro. Like when people ask me, I'm like, nah, it's not a GoPro. And my dream would be that one day we have just one camera, just a tiny one HD. And I'm like, when that day arrives, I would like to be able to design a frame with such a camera in it. That's what I would like to do, but I know it's not tomorrow.
It's probably not far away though.
Not that far away. We're getting closer, hopefully. But I've always been like, this is such a shame. We have to have two cameras. It would be so much better. And everyone thinks that.
We could just put the split in place of the GoPro, which would save weight, and still have the FPV camera.
It's interesting that subject's come up, because that is literally, I was showing Andy this last night, but this was the Diatone prototype that I did a review on. So that is now about to drop as a product, and it's very good for any of you who haven't actually seen my video on this thing. It's a real ripper. But one thing I did get with this was I printed a mount for the GoPro, stuck that on and put the GoPro on, and it just changed the quad so much, because it's such a light quad that it's almost a third of its weight, as opposed to a 600-gram quad. When you put 85 grams on, it's not that much difference in the way it affects the performance. But on something this light, it really affects it. But I did manage to shoehorn into that, if you can see, a split mini with a little 20 by 20 stack in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that works out. I think the big thing for me, apart from GoPro being obviously better because it's a bigger sensor, so you get more light in, and it's an expensive sensor. That's why these GoPro footage is always better than something with a little sensor like this. Is also the super view thing, because the way super view works and the way it crops the picture and stretches the edges gives you this amazing perception of speed. Yes. And it gives you that extra vertical view as well. And that's something I don't know if we've talked about this before, but that's something GoPro have actually patented. And it was one of the reasons why a lot of other cameras couldn't coin the term super view or actually do that super view thing. But I'd really like someone to make, any people who do coding or plugins, to actually make a GoPro super view filter plugin for something like Premiere Pro or for some of the video editors, so you could take your footage and then apply a super view filter, because I think everything in super view just looks so good.
There is one, but only for After Effects.
Is there?
You can't do it in Premiere. Yeah, because I was looking at this as well. But you can only do it. It's called, I think it's called mesh warping. And basically, it's like it's a mesh, and you sort of drag the edges.
Right.
But yeah, you need After Effects, and it's a little bit more complicated. But I agree, a Premiere plugin would be awesome.
There was, do you remember the Xiaomi camera that had the hack? You could just, they made an open source hack, didn't they? And you put the firmware onto the card, and you could get super view out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think that's definitely a part of what makes the GoPro footage look so great on quads. But yeah, it's a good dream, definitely.
I don't know if you know, NJ, but they've released a new firmware for the Mini as well. I don't know whether, mind you, yours is a new one. Yeah, yours is a new one though, isn't it? But they had a problem initially where you got like digital artifacts when you uploaded it to YouTube in the corner, and they fixed that. So if you get that, there's a fix out for it.
That's good to know.
Actually, Painless 360, our friend Lee, he did a video on it, showing you how to install it and stuff. I need to do it on mine because mine still has the problem. But yeah, I think if there's anyone who can do that, it's Runcam. They are leading all of that at the moment. I think.
They'll probably watch this podcast and have a press release in the next hour of a new product.
Yeah, obviously.
It's so fast. It's just
crazy, their output. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. That's a great dream to have that. If you can get the GoPro and somehow miniaturize it and make it our FPV cam and have amazing latency and give us HD goggles and
HD feed as well.
It's a crazy list, but yeah, that's a good dream. Our BSM Web's in the chat that says hello.
Oh,
hey,
hello.
what's up?
That'd be Paul.
You did a video with those guys. I watched that one, an interview with those guys, didn't you?
Yeah, they're awesome. Like they're just the nicest people I've met so far in the hobby. They're so talented. They work as a strong team, efficient team, and they're so humble, both of them. I love them. Like, they're awesome.
Yeah, totally.
We love them too. NJ's managed to meet them. We haven't yet.
Yeah, I met them. Wasn't last year. It was the year before, I think, when I went over there and managed to get some flying in with Thomas and Paul. That was great, and hopefully there's a chance I may be coming back in February of next year to work. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to be back and we'll all be able to hang out again.
Cool.
Nice.
It'll be ace.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
So have we got any more questions in the chat?
Someone asked, what other pilots do you look up
Whoa,
to?
robot boy.
Dalek.
Stop, Dalek.
I knew he was a Dalek all this time. He's far too efficient.
Start. Try again.
Can I speak without
No, you're still a robot. I've told you Frank's trying to take over the world. Try again.
Okay.
No. Type it. Someone else speak it. Frank, lower. Can you lower? Oh, there you go. Someone asked what pilots does Noella look up to?
Ah, you mean like the ones I really
Follow, like?
Yeah, so I'm not really objective with the pilots I like. Usually it's because I've met them and I've enjoyed flying with them. So let's split it between female and male pilots. So
Okay, that's good.
So I think my favorite male pilot at the moment, it keeps changing, but I really like my friend Greg's Phillips style. I don't know if you know him, Overflow FPV from Queensland, Australia. It's a bit different. He has a BMX background, and you can tell in his style that he's doing different things. And I really like what he does. It's not super, it's not flips and rolls and stuff like that. It's really, he has the flow, he has it. So I like that. I like what he does. And he tries things. He's trying 3D at the moment. He tries bi-blades, 6 inches. And basically you can give him any quad. He's going to fly it like well. And you're like, this is a potato. And he flies it like perfectly. So I really like his style. I really like Snake's style as well. And for the female, well, I haven't seen a video from her for a long time, but I used to watch all of her videos. It was Drone Doll. I really like what Drone Doll does. It's really, smooth and flowy and quiet, relaxing. Yeah.
Have you seen there's another Australian pilot out that way called Webb FPV? Have you checked him out? He's amazing. I think he's such a
who's that other guy?
incredible. And Jazz, obviously.
Chad Noek, something like that.
Never heard of her.
No, yeah, he's like sketchy, that guy. Don't know.
Yeah, he's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Chad too. And then, yeah, of course, I like all the pilots. Everyone likes, I like Schizo, I like Chad, Steele, like the basic ones.
Yeah, they're all the top lads, aren't they?
Yeah.
How can you not love any of them guys? I love Andy RC the best, who's muted his... look, quickly, he has to quickly open his mic to say something.
Thank you very much, Tony. I much appreciate it.
I love your videos.
I'm looking forward to flying with you guys and flying somewhere a bit different as well. That'd be cool.
It's going to be good. Mini air show. The problem is with the mini air show is that Frank made a Barbie there. Someone needs to, if I'm flying the next day, stop me that night from drinking, because I always... Oh my god! It never ends well the next day. Can you drink, drive, fly? Is that legal?
I wouldn't advise against. I wouldn't advise against it. No, I don't think you can. You're probably not insured. Put it that way.
Yes, maybe I should try to lay off the old alcohol that weekend.
Well, we'll have Kermit and Steve Gladding putting together a pub quiz, so I'll keep you entertained for a bit.
Yep, I'll be in the pub doing the quiz.
We'll have Gavs set up in one of the marquees with all the crazy VTX powered, well, not powered, but triggered Nerf guns and things. So that'll keep you off the drink for a bit.
Okay.
I think we've got time for a final question here.
Questions,
do you have you tried racing?
Not really. Well, I wouldn't call what I did racing. I just follow the track. And I actually, when I started flying FPV, it was after seeing freestyle YouTube videos. Then the first people I met in Darwin, Australia, were racers, and we set up a track, and it was really fun. It was different, and I really liked it. And I told my boyfriend, maybe I will do more racing than freestyle. But turned out I never really raced because I was in the desert. I was living 900 k's from anything. Well, let's say 600 k's. So I had no one to race with. So of course I just did freestyle, and only freestyle. But racing was fun. I really enjoy going to competitions when I can, or training, and just watch the racer doing it. It's cool. Like, I like it.
I liked your video, 600 kilometers to crash into a tree or something.
Oh my god, yeah. That's what happened because we were living in Central Desert and we had like a long weekend with a Friday off or something, and we were like, let's go to Darwin because that's the only way we can go. So let's drive 900 k's to fly in a park. So that's what we did, and half of the session, my quad, was in the tree, and we spent 3 hours putting it down, and then the day after we drove back to the desert.
Wow. That is a long way to travel to get your quad stuck.
Yeah.
Well, we've just BSM Web has just said, Paul has just said, she's got potential plus, no two ways about it. So you've just been given the stamp of approval as a racing potential from the man who trains the world champion. So I'd take that as a sign, maybe.
I'm glad Jack didn't say anything on that.
No, it's all right. I'm not. I am wearing possibly the worst shirt to wear on International Women's Day.
Yes, we can see what it says.
Luckily, it cut him off just before anyone got to see what it said. Why have you got one of those, and why is no one else?
Yeah, let's all have a go at Curry Kitten. Where's mine, Curry Kitten?
And mine.
You got to buy him. You've got to support him.
You got yours free.
I helped him.
What can I could help him with? Actually, nothing.
You're just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, basically.
No.
NJ, just to let you know, I've just flashed beta flight to my race flight quad.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because race flight is shit.
Hang on, let me just.
I'm actually doing I'm doing a live burning of an FC on race flight live on my channel.
So you're going to take my shopping list advice now?
Yes, I do apologise. You are the king.
Sometimes you have to let people learn for themselves.
Yes, thank you, Jake.
No, it's fine. We'll get your quad sorted, I'm sure.
Well, now Tony's done that, I'm going to flash all of mine with Butterfly instead, I think.
You've just...
That's the new one.
Don't open that can.
No. People have been asking about it for ages.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll go on to that next week, I think.
Yeah, but who's on
here
next
for another
week?
hour?
Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know who is on next week, but we should talk butter. As long as it's soya butter.
I've just had the worst thought in my mind in the world that Tony covered in butter.
Oh, Jack. I'd do it. I will raise money and dive into some butter.
So it's oh my god.
Is it Tommy next week?
Tommy, yeah.
Tommy
next week. Great. That'd be good.
And then it's Alex Edit, and then it's Aerial Boss.
Oh, Alex Edit, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so we need some ideas for who else to get on after that, guys, because I've been trying to get Nurk FPV, and he hasn't got back to me at all. It's a bit weird.
What about Steel? We should get Steel back on.
Why? What's the point? He's got his own podcast, Failsafe podcast.
No.
And I spoke to him, and he's just like, I'm too busy, and just way too cool for the LDO now. Sorry, I've tried. Like honestly, I've reached out to him, and he's like, nope. Like,
I bet No Ali can twist his arm for us. I bet.
No, I just got him wrapped around a little finger, man. Like
there you go.
Quads and stuff.
Ellie,
can you put in a good word for us?
I will.
Okay. Say that you had really good fun
and Jack didn't talk about Tony covered in butter or anything like that. What does BSM Web? I can't read that out. BSM Web.
BMS Web. I think it is.
That is. I don't know if you know, but this all the chat apparently is now going to scroll up in the recorded edit. Apparently.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, we are moving to Twitch.
Yes.
So yeah, would you guys want to move to Twitch?
Yes, because Mr. Beast might drop us 20 grand.
Who?
I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
And no one's seen that guy. Mr. Beast on YouTube. Check him out. He just gets 20 grand and drops it on people who is live streaming and just it's mental.
I don't.
yeah.
I don't think we should move to Twitch. It has a nice following on here.
I know,
Yeah.
but Twitch
Is
is
that the
where it's
plan? Like
at.
anytime we build up a following on a platform, like we did with the podcast generally, like the iTunes and things, like we'll just move it to some other platform. It's going too well.
Yeah.
Going too well.
That's what
Like,
happens.
Tony was going to quit the other day because me and him were arguing, and
That was rage quit. You know when you throw your computer.
that's it.
Brilliant. I think we're probably up to the hour, aren't we?
Yeah, Pierre, if you do want to be on the show, please email letsdroneout@gmail.com. Also, if you know someone who might want to be on Let's Drone Out and they're not aware of it, don't tell them about it. Just suggest them to email
Yeah.
letsdroneout@gmail.com.
They might say no.
I'd also like to personally thank our sponsors on Patreon. We have got a Patreon, and if you can, spare us $1 on there. It also makes you a mod in the chat, so you can post and write links and defend us from bots. Now and again, we used to get bots come on here and try and sell us sex toys and stuff. Am I allowed to say sex toys? Andy RC, can I say sex toys?
Probably.
Or is your followers going to get angry again?
You can say whatever you like. Isn't that
Okay.
basically what Tony is to you, anyways?
And yeah, so thank you to all our patrons and supporters and all 74 people who follow us on here. No, I just thought, Tony might really like Twitch because it gives you achievements. Like, say if you get more than 50 people watch you at a time, it gives you the achievement. People know me and stuff like that.
Can you not do both? Can you not do both at the same time?
No, YouTube gets really funny about it and will kick us off. They've also refused to monetize us because of how horrific the show used to be.
Oh, that's bad.
We are still under review 3 months later.
I blame
We
that
are,
on you, Jack.
yeah. I apologize, and we are trying to clean up the show. So phew, man, I must be terrible.
Starting off with kicking off Jack.
I know. Like I say, man, it's a democracy, man. If you ever want to get rid of me, all you guys got to do is vote, and I will happily leave.
No way. You're the main man.
Yeah. Thank you, Noelle. You've been a star, Noelle.
Thank you for asking
I like
me
that,
to be
Noelle.
Noelle? Well, it comes from Christmas, That's you probably know it. The French name for Christmas is Noël. So anyway.
Did you come out at Christmas?
No, in March. So no reason.
Made you at Christmas?
No, it's not. I don't think
Is
if
that
you count, it's
9 months?
No, it's not.
Why are you named Christmas?
Ask my dad.
Phone your dad now and get him on the show.
Come on.
Ring him.
Challenge
and then be like, why am I called? I don't know.
It's a lovely name. It really is nice.
Oh, thank you.
I think we've just had a great thing from Zero FPV on I presume commenting to what you just said, Jack, about leaving, and he said, "What would the Muppet Show be like without Kermit?"
Excellent, Zero. I will send you some money later.
That's us. We are the LDO. We are the Muppet Show of the quad world. I
just want to know if Tony's Miss Piggy. I just like totally.
I can be Miss Piggy if you want, Jack, but it'll cost you.
I'm the science guy. What's his name? I can't remember the name of the doctor with the little round glasses.
I thought I'd be animal at least.
You got the hair.
You got the hair.
Yeah, exactly. No, weirdly enough, in Chelmsford, Essex, many years ago, I went and saw a band called Sugar Pop Rocket, and they don't exist anymore. They broke up, and they were from Germany. And honest to God, the truck looked like that animal, weirdly. Yep. So it's time. Thank you. I'd like to thank all our subscribers, followers. If you can subscribe. Also, I've got one more thing. If you can't do Patreon, please go onto iTunes and review us. leave a positive review. Tell everyone how good the show is, so we can keep getting emails from people saying they want to buy the show on their platform. So yeah, no, seriously, if you rate us on iTunes, that would be fantastic, because it really sort of like boosts the show, and we might even get an award one day.
An award? Could you
Yep,
imagine?
an award. Yep, who knows? Yep. You've been joined by Frank, Andrew / Frank, who isn't two people, it's one person, Andrew / Frank. He's so great, we named him twice. We've been joined by Andy RC.
Of what?
This is Andy RC's channel. We've been joined by NJ.
Take care, guys. See you next week.
And we've also been joined by NJ Tech. Sorry, there's two of you.
Yeah,
We've been joined by Merry Christmas, Noelle.
See you guys. It was really cool to be here.
No, you're going to say au revoir. You're French.
Au revoir.
Is that all you say?
You can say salut, which means see ya.
Oh,
This is all just fuel for Tony. This is.
please educate him. And I've been joined by my faithful partner in crime, Tony.
Bonjour.
I really want to murder him one of these days. I shouldn't really say that on a live stream.
No.
I don't really want to murder him. It's ludicrous, and I will never murder him. And if I do, I'll be forced to eat him. They said it's not cannibalism, because it's vegan. Right, thank you. I've been Jack. Right until I fly. I'm sorry, a bit funny. I've been on the meds again.